Alright guys, welcome to Something About Tabletop. This is going to be something different using Mumble to record this time instead of normal Google Hangouts. So I'd like a definitely comment, depending if you like it. It might be a little bit boring because you don't get to see our players' ugly mugs, but we're just going to be going around the virtual table and they'll introduce who they're playing and who they are, and they can plug channels if they want. So we are going to start with Josh.
Hey guys, I'm Josh from Art of D20. You've seen me in these videos before, although this isn't a video, so I'm going to shut up now. Anyway, I'll be playing Mason Ace Smith tonight, and should be pretty fun to play. Looking forward to my first Mumble game.
All right, Ian.
Mumble. No, just kidding. This is Ian from Fantastic Dimensions. You've probably seen me on some of these Shadowrun games before. I usually play Zap. Today I'm playing a different character. I'm playing Vex, who is yet another human character. And Vex is a technomancer, has a bit of a troubled past, has had some trouble with losing team members in the past, and has a bit of a drinking problem as well. And this will be my first time running in Hong Kong, so I'm looking forward to it.
Paul.
Hi, I'm Paul. I'm playing Xianfang, a female orc, Chinese, and she's out to prove herself. About 20 years old, still quite young, but she has a killer punch.
All right, and Flo.
Konnichiwa, ora Flo. And that means hello, I'm Flo.
Ooh,
As you guessed it, I'm playing a Japanese character named Ronin, if you can believe it. He's a street Sam. He has been modded up to the max, and he is a bit of cyber psycho. And with a bit of a good reason too. His family hunted him down, and now he is a bit unhinged.
Yeah, he won the fight, by the way. He killed his family, so that's always fun. Anyway, so you guys are in Hong Kong for one reason or another. You're in the district called Kowloon City. Basically a massive concrete jungle, buildings crisscrossing each other, and literal boardwalks between each other are like high up. This is basically the equivalent of the Barrens from Seattle. It is an absolute shithole, but instead of large open areas, smashed up buildings, there are people everywhere just trying to get by. Driving through Kowloon City is incredibly difficult, and most people don't even try because the streets have even sometimes become other people's homes. Either way, on the edge of Kowloon City, bordering upon Yao Tsin Mong, which is basically another concrete jungle, but a little bit less crap. There's actually police there. It's definitely your crawling streets, very cliche kind of Hong Kong area Yao Tsin Mong is. So you guys have been traveling through Kowloon City to get to Yao Tsin Mong, traveling to the Sheng Doshi Dojo, which is the dojo of the Eternal Warrior. You guys have been sent there to help out some local gangs, at least what you think. That's what you got told. You're not too sure what the mission is otherwise, and you're heading to the dojo itself to go see their leader, or whatever it is, just have a talk and work out what your job is. So, from there, you guys travel there however you will, with your car, with your bike, however you do, it doesn't really matter. There are parking spaces available in the large dojo building, which is several stories high. This place, let's just say everyone roll some knowledge gangs, knowledge underworld, and stuff like that, as your characters are approaching this place to see if you know anything. So just check your knowledge skills and just see if you guys have anything like that. Area knowledge Hong Kong is completely fine as well.
Yeah, rolling area knowledge Hong Kong.
Alrighty.
2 hits.
All right, 2 hits on area knowledge Hong Kong. You don't really know this dojo per se, but you know that dojos, especially in Hong Kong, are held at a higher regard than just a place to work out. These places sometimes can be hubs for organized crime.
I just rolled 3 hits on area knowledge Hong Kong.
So yeah, you get pretty much exactly the same, but except that this particular dojo is a street gang. The name of the is just the Eternal Warriors, pretty much. Though you know that they're an up-and-coming street gang that is trying to hit it big with the triads, trying to get into one of the triads.
And I just rolled a 4 on my gang knowledge of triads.
Yeah, you know that these guys are trying to get into the Red Dragon Triad. They're not in it by any means, but they're trying to garner the connections to be able to assimilate into them, which is a big thing for most street gangs.
Okay.
Can I roll Shadow Community?
Yes, you certainly can. Also, Paul, what you know that a lot of these people are pretty much, a lot of them are adepts, and they use a lot of martial arts, and that's their big thing. You do know that their leader is an incredibly powerful adept that is basically a sword savant, the master of a sword.
Okay. Interesting.
I got 0 hits, by the way.
Yeah, you know shit. You don't know shit. Josh.
What about area knowledge Seattle?
Area knowledge Seattle will not help. Did I put area knowledge Seattle on your character? Oh,
You
shit.
certainly did. I
Change that to Hong Kong, man. You can roll that.
That's 3 hits.
All right, so you get the same as pretty much what Paul and Flo got. And what'd you get, Josh?
Yeah, I got 3 hits on my area knowledge as well.
Yeah, you got the same as what Paul and Flo got. Except the specifics about this, the stuff. You guys don't actually know each other. You may have worked each other in the past, but you guys aren't exactly a tight-knit team at this point. You've just been brought together. You do know that you'll be working as a team in this particular run. Either way, you guys rock up at the front of the dojo. This dojo seems to stick out like a sore thumb. Instead of the more modernized buildings that everything else is, it definitely looks like a very stereotypical, like, not ancient, like, it's a Chinese kind of with an ancient flavor, with the balustrades and things like that, and the roof, that kind of look to it. And the building itself looks quite old, almost ancient. Otherwise, on the other hand, quite tackily, either in AR and in real life, there's a neon sign with a warrior kind of standing there right now, just kind of, that goes tsh, tsh, and kind of decapitates someone else on the picture with the Eternal Warrior Dojo underneath in Chinese. And I'm assuming at this point, all you guys enter on in.
Yeah, that was my plan.
Alrighty.
Yeah, pull out my hip flask, take a swig, check to make sure it's still half full, so I'm not in any danger of running out at the moment, and put it back in my pocket and walk in.
Alrighty. So, in terms of weapons, though, guys, who is carrying any massively obvious weapons? Things like swords, assault rifles, and stuff like that, because that's not completely kosher. You could probably get away with a sword, but assault rifles are probably a no-no. But who's actually still trying to bring them in? I'm assuming no one, but...
I'm the only one that's bringing a sword in.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't actually have my rifle with me.
No, I assumed you would.
All I have is this little pistol, so...
Yeah, pistols are pretty easy to find. I've given most of you guys a concealable holster, or you can just chuck them in most of the jackets and armor that I've given you guys, so that's easy enough. When you walk in at the front, there isn't really anyone to check your bags or anything like that. The place seems pretty loose, but all on the front door, it is a massive dojo, like a gym, and you can see right now there is a class in session. One person on the outliers kind of walks up to you guys, gives a quick bow. He is obviously of Chinese descent, and he asks, are you guys the runners?
Yeah.
All right. The master will be wanting to see you then. He just tells you, points over to the stairs that you can see across the large open area. And he just says, go up to the top floor.
I'm just going to take his word. Go for it.
Alrighty.
Each other.
Sorry, what was that, Ian?
Have we all met each other before? Do we know each other?
No, you guys don't know each other.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'll just walk in, kind of do a half bow to the guy, and walk on up.
Alright. You guys walking up the rickety stairs, going past the various different floors. Some of them, one area is like another large dojo, and another one is a group of office buildings as you head up to the top. As you guys reach the top and then going through, pretty much immediately, it's a long hallway, then right at the end, you can see pretty much at the end the door to the master, which is at the end of a long hallway, various different offshoots and things going in different directions. This is Master Zaishin, right at the end. And
Yeah,
Paul,
looks like a character out
this
of
is
old movies.
indeed the person that you know of, the powerful adept. And sorry, what was that, Ian?
Oh, I was just giving a little bit of a description. I was just saying Vex looks kind of like somebody out of an old detective film. He wears kind of a light brown trench coat. He's got his a matching trilby that he wears and keeps kind of pulled down low over his face when most times.
Alrighty. But yeah, this is at this point where you guys walk down the hallway and kind of knock on the door. You hear a voice in Cantonese just telling you guys to wait for a second. And then at this point, you guys are kind of standing there awkwardly in the hallway, and you guys can just do some physical descriptions if you want. You are running pre-gen, so you don't have to if you don't want to. But we'll start with Josh.
Me? I thought you said John. Ace is kind of standing there. He's wearing a really nice suit. Pretty much a vest, black jacket, black shirt, black slacks, black dress boots, with a crimson vest and a crimson overcoat. Which is really why I was wondering if that guy knew if he was a runner or not. He totally doesn't look like the cleaning crew. He's got cyber eyes, which are pretty obvious. His cyber ears are less so. If you look really closely at his right arm, his right hand actually, because the arm's covered up, you'll see slight lines in his skin that a fully prosthetic, at least hand. And pretty much he's just looking around, leaning against the wall, smoking a cigarette, waiting to go in, and really kind of ignoring everyone.
All right. And Ian, your physical description you've already done, but would you like to elaborate?
I'm sorry, what?
Would you like to elaborate on your description of your character?
Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't hear you say my name. I apologize. Yeah, Vex is a human, about average height and weight. Underneath the trilby, you get a glimpse. He's got short cut black hair. When he looks at you and makes brief eye contact, you'll see that his eyes are brown. He's pretty solid human, I believe. I don't think he doesn't have very much cyber or anything on him.
He is nothing.
Like I said, he's got the light brown trilby and matching trench coat that he wears. And he takes another swig out of his little hip flask that he pulls out and unscrews the cap, takes a swig, makes a sour face and caps it again, puts it in his pocket, pulls out a hand-rolled cigarette, and he walks over to Ace and says, "Hey, buddy, got a light?"
Ace will reach into his jacket pocket and pull out an old weathered Zippo. Kind of flicks the lid open and lights it. Puts it out.
"Thanks. Name's Vex. You?"
Call me Ace.
"Who are these other guys?" And he turns and looks to the next person to
All
introduce
right.
their character.
The first one your eyes meet over is Paul's character. Go ahead, Paul.
So, Jian is 6 foot. How tall? 6'3" orc woman, very strong. Kind of wearing a black capri type pants that end just below the knees. She's got a red sleeveless shirt on with some tattoos down the arms. Hands taped up in boxing style, gloved, taped fists. Some like a band wrapped around one of her elbows, and black hair. And she doesn't look very friendly, actually, but she's. If you try talking to her, you might find that she's not as mean as she looks.
Okay, and finally Flo.
Yeah, you can see a tall man in a full body armor, looking all mean-like. He's a human. He has black hair out of his ponytail from his his kabuto, and he's an average weight. He's mid 20s, and you can see that he's been staring intently at the door.
Okay, then.
Stare a little harder. It might open there, buddy.
He's silent.
As you say this, the door then opens abruptly. And before you see a rather old-looking man, maybe early 60s, mid-60s, weathered look in his eyes, and he's wearing basically a kind of a key which would show him as a master, basically. That kind of dojo wear, I guess would be the best way to say it. And he has a sword in his side. A Chinese man. He tells you guys to come in. And he sits down at his desk. Yeah, there are already seats there that have been kind of set up for you guys, but they seem very haphazardly kind of put there. One of them in particular isn't even straight onto the desk. Tells you guys all to sit down.
I take the one that's not straight onto the desk.
He'll be sitting down in a kneeling position, looking all formal-like.
Vex will take the front seat right in front of the desk. He doesn't mind.
All right. The seats themselves creak under your weight. As you can see, they're rather weak, but otherwise they seem to hold.
It's probably a good idea that one decided to kneel on the floor.
Yeah. He is in full body armor.
I'm hoping to keep an eye out on the room, which is why I chose a seat that's not directly facing the desk, so it would be less awkward for me to turn my head and to glance around the room as we're talking.
Mm-hmm. All right. He looks in front and he kind of takes a good look at you guys, and then he inquisitively just, English?
Yeah,
I know.
English, Cantonese, either fine.
Cantonese, Mandarin, it doesn't matter what you speak. If I don't speak it, my software will translate.
Just wanting to be polite. As he says, in fairly decent English, actually. You were quietly surprised from the very heavily Chinese look of this man. Like, you'd expect him, he's the kind of person that would just not bother speaking it. But otherwise, he does quite well. Anyway, the business is simple as that. I've been having a little bit of problems from some of my more foreign investors in my little street gang. Had someone come down saying that they're going to be able to help us, help dealing with drugs, got a big score and all that. And he did. But then he betrayed us, took a large amount of my money, and now he is hiding away in a small little bar deep in Yasimol. And you're going to fucking kill him.
Okay.
How
So
much
this
money
guy's
did he
gang
take?
scum, yeah?
Oh, one at a time. Ian. Ian?
Sorry. Yeah, so this guy is criminal scum, yeah? He ripped you off?
Rip me off.
Who is the guy?
He's on his comlink, he gets out, clumsily using it, he gets a picture of the guy. He is a white man, and the guy says quite disdainfully, Guilo. And Paul, what were you saying?
I was wondering how much money we're talking about for a death sentence. Must be something considerable.
Of course it's considerable. He's stolen a considerable amount of money from us. We just need to... We can easily get the money, but we want him gone. And the thing is that you're going to be encroaching on territory that we don't usually have access to. So that's why you're here. Anyway, 5,000 a head.
Yeah.
Huh.
I think this is going to be tougher than 5,000. You're hiring 4 guys for a simple assassination.
Each. You're
Yeah,
getting 5,000 each. I think
One guy
20,000
was-
for one person is completely fine. He's not an adept or anything like that. He's mundane. I'm not even sure if he has any wear.
4 guys. Assassination still sounds little.
Well, it sounds like a milk run.
Question is, what kind of backup does he have?
We know that he has some guard that is hired with our money.
Which you yourself said was considerable.
He nods. Says, I don't think he spent all of the money on the guards. Our intel is light at the moment.
So what kind of guards we talking? Corporate?
I doubt it's corporate, he says. Probably gang.
What kind of bonuses are we looking at here?
I didn't say anything about a bonus. 5,000.
Yeah, no, I get that. You just want him dead, so there's no bonus for bringing him back in alive.
Oh no, he wants him dead.
What about gear and stuff that we find?
He says, take what you want.
Who controls the area that he's staying in right now, that he's hiding out in?
He says the 42s. They are a Gualo gang. Foreigners. They have their own little dojo going on. They teach their neo martial arts or whatever. We don't blend well with them.
Probably because you keep using the term Guilo.
Neo martial arts. I'm interested to test myself against these fighters.
He kind of grumbles, mumbling it's piece of shit and useless.
Then it should be easy for me to show my superiority.
He nods and says, I hope you can. You're a practitioner yourself?
I have been training in Muay Thai for a number of years.
He definitely grumbles at that. Anyway, back to the job. So, basically, if you guys want to up this guy's price, someone's got to roll a negotiate roll. So, if someone wants to make a negotiate roll and try to bargain for a better price, bargain for upfront payment, you certainly can.
Would that be considered diplomacy?
Yeah, it's diplomacy. Oh no, it's bargaining. It's considered bargaining.
Well, shit. I can still try.
Yep.
Yeah, I got 2 hits.
All right. Seeing as we don't know how many guards he has, I guess we 6,000 each.
Yeah, it's
4.
That's not bad.
Four people still sounds like you're not telling us something. See if we can up that price a bit. And I got 4 hits on my negotiation. Whatever.
5. Jesus Christ. Well, he just says 6,000. We've already 6,000 seems fine. The thing is I want to make sure this is done. I'm spending $24,000 here to get one man killed. I could do this myself. The reason that we need more people is we have to make sure this man is killed, and it's on someone else's territory. The more runners, the better.
Don't mind my friend Ace here. He has trust issues. It's understandable in the line of work we're in.
Now, if you want to kill your friends and then get more payment, be my guest. He says, it was a joking tone, by the way. That was a joke. That was a joke. And sorry, go ahead, Ian.
I just said, you're not doing much for his trust issues here.
Yeah, Ace just kind of smiles and puffs the cigarette.
Anyway.
I narrow my eyes.
Oh, I'm in.
No. Sorry. He kind of gets up. You can see the man's kind of quivering. And he, like, a little bit with fear and a little bit with what just happened, and he just kind of takes a deep breath. And he says, sorry if this payment is enough, but I'm hoping that you can still help us. There will be more jobs in the future if you can.
I believe it'll do.
Good.
I'm fairly new to Hong Kong. I'll take the job.
Says good.
I'll take the job as well, he says.
Alright. And I'm assuming Vex does?
Oh, yeah. Looks like we're all in. So, calls for a celebration.
Wait till the
looks really
job is
funny
done.
as you say that.
I look at the old man expectantly.
Right. He all shakes your hands.
A drink to seal the deal?
He says, I will not be drinking. I have to train soon.
Vex, I want you sober. Let's go.
Yeah, whatever. I take another swig out of my own flask.
Yeah. Anyway, so he also tells you that pretty much they hang at a bar called the Live Wire in Yatsimong. He tells you the location and gives you GPS coordinates if you need it.
Well, I thank him for that.
He also does warn you that the bar is probably going to be on their side.
Target-rich environment.
That the what is going to be on their side?
The bar. The bar they're in is not neutral. It is on their side. Like, they may have paid them off, and the bar itself is controlled by the 42s, which is the 42s are guarding him.
Fair enough.
As I said, target-rich environment.
As you say that, he kind of looks to you and says, try to only kill the target and people that cause an immediate affront to you. I mean, I don't want a massive headcount on this, but I guess it's not something that I need specifically.
Don't worry about it, man. If they follow my plan, It'll be X's.
Vex looks at Ace and raises an eyebrow.
Anyway, he nods his head and he says, "Good day to you." He says, "If you need a place to plan it out or whatever," he just says, "the office to the left is free."
Alright, we're going to the office to the left. And he starts making his way there.
I follow.
All right. So yeah, if you guys want to do some planning in this room, you completely can.
First thing I'd like to do is just kind of sweep the room for bugs. I'm sure it is bugs.
Yeah, sure. Make a matrix perception check.
Let's see it on my list of skills. So what does that go under again? I'm sorry, it's been a while.
It is intuition plus your computer skill.
All right, yeah, that's pretty good. So that's 10.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you get a +2 because you are a technomancer.
Okay, well, I got 6 hits.
All right, with 6 hits, scanning around the room, you can see that there are various different blips of stealthy little, like around you. There are kind of things that are hidden in the matrix. You kind of uncover them, and you find some are comm links that are nowhere near you, but you do find one in particular. You track it down quite quickly, and you find inside a little cupboard, a little microphone with a wireless receiver.
Is there a fish tank in the room or anything?
Not really, no. This room is pretty barren. It's only got like a desk, a cupboard. There's a couple seats in there. Looks like this room isn't really used.
So I'll just pull it out and hold it up to my mouth and say, hold it right up to my mouth and say, "Hey, check, check, check. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?" And then drop it on the ground and stomp on it.
All right then.
Look at the rest of the guys and just shrug. Hey, just in case.
I shake my head and get back to business.
Oh, guys.
So Ace has got it all planned out, right?
Yeah. It's easy. Set up on a building. Wait for him to exit. Take him out. Easy money.
We're going to have to do some scouting and find out exactly where his position is, though.
He's in a bar. He's got to leave sometime.
Well, we've seen his picture, right?
Exactly.
You sure have.
Seen his picture. We know he's probably in a bar. He's got to leave. Enter sometime. I'm a very patient man.
We could have somebody go into the bar and maybe put some kind of a tracking device on it.
I think one of us could probably get in there and have a look around at least. Couldn't be, shouldn't stand out that much going on our own.
He chuckles at the word "stand out" that much.
I do look somewhat Asian.
I'm an over 6 foot tall white guy, so I'm going to stand out anywhere here.
I could go in there, and Viper could go in as my date.
I don't like the sound of that. We could probably go in together and have a look around, and if there's any problem, well, a last case scenario, we can start a fight or a lover's quarrel.
And Vex looks her up and down and says, I think I'll leave the fighting to you, Toots.
I smile viciously, but also playfully.
Well, she's got a little budding romance going on here.
I don't really like the drunk, actually. I kind of look forward to beating him up.
Get on our team. Fighting with members of the team.
Well, it's part of the plan.
As
So-
long as you get the killing done, I have no objections.
Well, I do want to get out of this alive, so I'm gonna try and do this, hopefully not in the middle of the bar full of potential enemies.
Yeah, that would be a bad idea. I'm not finding any contacts on my character sheet here, Thomas. Maybe I don't have any in Hong Kong, but I'm just wondering how easy would it be for us to get a tracking device?
I think you should have them on you. Stealth
I know a
tags. Did I give
fixer.
you stealth tags? No. For some reason, I didn't give you them. Did I not give you other contacts? Didn't. Oh, contacts. You have a journalist and a fixer. For Vex.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see. Okay. Fixer would be a good person to contact, right? To set you up with somebody to buy that kind of stuff off of.
Yeah, you can easily gain things called stealth tags. They are very easy to get. They cost fuck all. If you want, we can just chuck it on your character already. Your character can easily go down to the store and grab it. Don't worry about paying for them.
No problem. Sounds good. And I take it usually it's just a matter of you actually like kind of slap it on them physically.
Yeah, it's literally like a clear kind of like slap-on patch.
There's no ingestible kind or something we could slip in a drink or something.
I mean, you could probably get them. Maybe. I'm going to say that kind of stuff would be a lot harder to find, though.
Alright, well, the slap-on tag will work. Stealth tag, you call it, right?
Stealth tags, yeah. Basically, you know where the stealth tag is, and you know the call number for the stealth tag, and you can just track it. You can use the matrix tracking action to track it. That's how it works.
Sounds good to me. So we'll have Viper sorry, not Viper. Sorry, have Ace and Ronan on the outside just in case shit goes down to come in and bail us out. Or
Yeah, I'll be outside, waiting.
I came by
Watch.
rickshaw. Do any of you guys have a vehicle?
Yeah, I got one.
Oh, that's good.
You want to drive us down to the neighborhood?
Sure,
I've got
as long as someone around here hasn't put my truck up on blocks.
I've got my own racing bike. I'll see you there. And with that, he walks off.
Okie dokie.
Obviously, I suppose we all exchange numbers or whatever so we can keep in touch on our comm links.
Of course.
Yep. Would anyone like to know roll a area knowledge Hong Kong check to know about that area where this bar is in?
Okay, I'll roll it.
I only got 2 hits.
Okay, with 2
I
hits, you
got
know that
3.
this is yeah. Okay, with 2 hits, you know that this is a touristy destination of Yao Tsimong. This area in particular generally holds a lot of foreigners in it, whether it be white folk or just anywhere that's not from Hong Kong. There's a lot of areas. This is that kind of area friendly. A lot of shops and stuff like that. This area in particular also is a bit of a spam zone. So gear can sometimes fuck up. Stuff that's connected to the Matrix can be a little bit glitchy because of this sheer amount of spamware that's being thrown around.
Oh, yay. Is there anything I can do as a technomancer to kind of counteract some of that? Or
Not really.
just not?
I've got
Okay.
4 hits.
Okay, with 4 hits, you know a little bit more about this area. Also, this place is jam fucking packed. And also, there generally seems to be more police presence as well. Because there are so many foreigners around and stuff like that, they need to keep the peace a little bit more. There isn't exactly high-powered police, it's normally just beat cops, pistol on their side, that's about it. But it's something you guys have to be super aware of.
I amazingly got 5 hits on my 8. That was weird.
Okie dokie. So you pretty much know the same as well. There's not much more that you can garner. You do know that this area is also controlled by the 42s, a small street gang.
Well, he would scowl at the fact that the police are there to ruin his fun.
Yeah, openly wearing combat armor, not a good idea. Obviously, if you can stay in your car, you should be generally okay, and they're coming in when you're needed. But also, getting around in a car in general, super difficult.
I will be on my bike and wearing a Berwick suit over it, over my combat armor, so that
You're gonna have to take a combat armor for that. Combat armor is large and bulky. Suits are custom fit, my friend.
What was a raincoat that I could just go over it?
If you just want to
something.
wear a raincoat over it, yeah, it won't be very well hidden. But
Well, at least it won't be that obvious that I'm wearing something, right?
yeah, if the cops get close to you and actually talk to you, they'll see it.
Just don't let the cops get close to you.
Fair enough. I'll be.
Another reason why you're not going into the bar.
Mind you, your character does have licenses and stuff for that, fake licenses for it. So it'll mainly be explaining to the cops what's going on. Mind you, your character's not exactly that charismatic.
True, but hey, he'll not be explaining, more like showing, and say get out of the way with an intimidating look.
Yeah. Okie dokie. So, any other precautions and stuff you guys want to bring to the live wire bar?
Nothing I can think of.
My fake sin I have, would that come with like a fake occupation and all that?
Yes, it does. You can make that up if you want.
Cool. In that case, then I'm an investigative journalist.
Alrighty.
If we do run into trouble with the police, worst case scenario, I say, oh, these guys are my bodyguards. I do a lot of stuff investigating street gangs and sometimes find myself in a little bit of trouble.
Yep. Ace, anything in particular you're going to be bringing and stuff like that?
My rifle's in the truck, so I've got to take my truck.
Yeah, sure.
I'll just keep my, just keep what I normally have. I have my pistol on. I've got my, my suit and coat. Good to go.
Okay. So you guys start driving this particular area of Yao Simong, and eventually the normal traffic of cars starts to become traffic of people that are just like walking on the friggin' road. Just give me a sec, guys.
Ah, yes, people on the road. Welcome to Hong Kong.
This is why I
part
wish
of
we could
life.
just shoot people.
Alright, back. Okay, so, yeah, basically the roads start to get more and more thick with people, harder to move along, some people not even realizing it's a road. You guys eventually find some parks, but you pretty much immediately realize this particular district, it's going to be hard. You're pretty much not going to be able to park too close to the actual bar itself due to the sheer amount of people. But you do find a parking garage that you guys can use.
Lucky for me, I brought my bike, not a car. Yay.
Bike's not going to make it any easier either. You may be a little bit easier, but to be honest, bike's worse because they can just stand in front of you and just ignore you. Unless you want to start running over people with a bike, go ahead.
Fair enough. I will be on finding that parking garage that you mentioned.
Yeah. I mean, going down alleyways and stuff, sure, it'd be a lot easier, but generally moving through swaths of people with a bike, you can beat. I mean, you can get through that area, but it's just not going to be easy. You'll be moving at crawl pace.
Yeah, I was expecting it, so. Anyway, moving along.
Moving along. So, as you guys get out of the parking garage and just kind of breathe in the atmosphere, all you can hear is just a mirage of different voices of different languages: Japanese, Chinese, Cantonese, Mandarin, English, just absolutely everywhere. And for anyone that's got their AR and comlinks on, and especially for Vex, pop-ups flying in your faces, kind of telling you of various different places, locations near you, spamware, virusware, all this kind of stuff flying in your face. Vex, you literally have to swat it out of the way.
Right. So I mean, I gotta try to shut that shit down as best I can.
Yeah, pretty much the only way to stop spam as a Technomancer is just to drink deeper, so you can ignore it.
I checked my flask, and unfortunately, it's about a quarter full. And I said that this would be my only one this week, so I can't let it run empty before I refill it again. So, is there a liquor store nearby?
There sure is.
All right, hang on a second. I'll walk in there, try to buy a bottle of cheap, clear alcohol, whatever they have. They have gin, rice gin, whatever the fuck they drink in this country.
Well, big thing now, especially in lower areas, is synthesized alcohol. It's not particularly made from anything. It's just synth
Yeah,
alcohol.
it's cheap as shit, right?
Yeah.
Yep, give me a bottle of that.
Tastes like terps.
I got a little funnel that I pull out. I screw the cap off. I open the bottle and pour it in till the flask is open. A little bit that's left in the bottle, I just throw down and drink right away. Screw the cap back on the flask and put it in my pocket.
Okay, so I'm guessing at this point you guys are on foot at the moment. You guys can make your approach to the bar. You can try to suss out everything around the bar if you want. What would you guys like to do?
Yeah, when I first got out of the truck, I, of course, got into the back of it, got my rifle out, broke it down, and put it all into a briefcase.
Mm-hmm.
And as he walks out on the street and all these pop-ups and stuff start coming at him, he just kind of closes his eyes, cocks his head to the side, and he's turning off his image link and sound link.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't do that, can I?
You can turn it off, but that means that you're not going to be able to do matrix actions. You can turn it back on, though, immediately. So your character can kind of turn it off. But it's kind of like for a Technomancer closing your eyes.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, I mean, you can, but I'm just telling you that's what it feels like. It's like another sense for a Technomancer. They literally have a sixth sense.
Nope, I'll just suffer in silence and try to drink it away.
Alrighty. Okay, so Ace's sniper rifle. I'm guessing you guys just kind of ready yourselves and get on the streets.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
I offer Viper my arm and I start walking towards the bar.
Okay, so let's just finalize this plan. So Viper and Ian are going to be heading to the bar.
Vex, yes.
Vex, sorry, yeah.
Looking for a building across from the bar.
Yeah, there's definitely a building across from the bar. Checking the building out, though. The angle on it is going to be not the best. For depending on where he's going to be leaving the bar from, though. You don't know. But it's probably the best you're going to get, the one that you spot and scout out. And when you get a little closer, you can even see there's a beautiful little fire escape that you can climb up. Mind you got to do it quite just in case the cops don't see you. Because you can see right now, just by looking at the area where the bar is, as you guys are moving through the streets, you can see kind of the heads and the helmets and stuff of knight errant kind of patrolling. There isn't too many, maybe about 2 on this street corner itself where this bar is located. that are they're not really doing anything. They're just kind of moving around, just general patrolling, trying to keep the peace. You can see one guy right now breaking up a drunken fight.
Here's a thought, Ace. I mean, like obviously there isn't one particular building you can get a good sight on all exits from the bar from. But is there one building that you'd be able to get from to the roof of the bar quickly if you needed to? Because if you got to the roof of the building the bar is in, then in theory, if somebody's exiting the bar, you should be able to cover any side.
Do we know how many exits there are?
You guys don't. You guys have to case out the building for that.
Well, then somebody should case out the building first and see where the exits are.
I can get to the top of any building. That's not a problem.
But aren't the two couple, the two that form a couple, going to do exactly that?
Yeah, well, we're on our way in. Is there anything I can do? Like, obviously, you said I've got the sixth sense. I'm like linked into the Matrix constantly. Is there any way I can maybe pull up kind of like a fire escape plan or anything of that sort?
Yeah, well, if you can gain access to, if they actually have a Matrix presence, the actual building itself, if they've got anything on there, you can rip that shit apart.
I don't know how that works exactly. I mean, am I already kind of jacked in, technically speaking?
Yeah, so Technomasters are constantly hot simmed. They are always in. So what you can do is you can just start hacking the building. So you get a +2 to like every Matrix action. But right now there is a noise modifier of -2. So yeah, you're just rolling normal dice at the moment. If to hack the building. Just by quickly checking on the Matrix, you can definitely see that the bar itself has a Matrix presence. So if you want to make a Matrix perception check to check it out a little bit more, you certainly can.
That's computer plus intuition.
It sure is. So before we start this up, what are the other two going to be doing apart from Ace?
I guess I'm going in with Vex.
All right, cool. He's right now just going to do some hacking, and this may take 5 minutes or so. All right, Ian,
in
go
that
ahead.
case, I'm going to go quickly around the building just to count the number of doors.
Yeah, make a normal perception check visual as you kind of move around in the crowd, casing the building out. And this crowd is thick, like it's almost like a sea of people.
I guess I roll 12 dice. I'm
Yeah,
not
you
sure,
do,
or
yeah.
10.
I don't worry about it, man.
In that case, I've got 5 hits.
All right, with 5 hits, you're able to see that the main exits they actually seem to have a garage on this actual particular building. Also, there is a back exit coming out from what you assume is generally where the kitcheny area is. And then there's a main entrance as well.
The garage might be a problem.
All right, and now we're just going to snap back to Ian. All right, Ian, what'd you get for your Matrix perception?
3 hits.
All right, with 3 hits, what would you like to know? Well, with 1 hit, you can find out that there is indeed a Matrix presence. What would you like to do with the other 2 hits to work things out?
If I can get some kind of a floor plan or fire exit plan, just try to see how many...
So would you like to know the firewall of this thing? Would you like to know what this little mini host has done recently? Because you're going to need to hack into it to be able to get the information.
Oh, yeah, okay. So, yeah, what is its firewall?
So its firewall is 5.
And what has it done recently?
Pretty much right now, it's just the actual host itself is just doing some monitoring and just data processing stuff. So if you would like to make a hack on the fly action, you can get in.
Right. I also have that whole thing where I could reduce the firewall of it, could I not?
Yes. You can do a thing called diffusion of matrix attribute.
That's
So
cool.
Yeah, this basically you choose the level that you want to cast this at. The level is the maximum amount of hits that you can get, and it also you take more damage the higher it is, more stun damage when you cast this spell. I would suggest just going level 6 or level 5 for this.
Okay, then yeah, sure, sounds good.
So let's say if you do it at level 5, you roll a software check plus your resonance. So your resonance is 6 and your software is at 5, so you roll 11 dice.
That's another 3 hits.
Okay, I'm going to roll its resistance check. Okay, it got 1 hit. Okay, so basically what you do is you focus your energy and you pull resonance, which is something that you wield. Mages wield magic, you wield resonance. And you kind of rip apart the code which creates the firewall. Now you need to make a resistance check, which is resonance plus your willpower, against 6 stun damage.
Wow, that time I only got 2 hits.
Alright, you're going to take 4 stun, unless you want to make an edge check to re-roll all fails.
No, I'll take it.
Alright, you take 4 stun. You're kind of pulling away the firewall inside of your mind, each tiny bit of code streaming away as you rip it apart with the resonance. And it is actively weakened. You deal... Its firewall is now 3 instead of 5. And you take 4 stun. So you're going to take a -1 to actions now because you got a bit of a headache.
Yep, I got that.
Okay, so now you can do hack on the fly actions to get marks on this thing.
Yeah, here we go. Get ready to do that. Now I take -1 for my stun damage.
Mm-hmm.
So on 12 dice, I got 3 hits.
Alright, so pretty much this thing is like, you've turned this thing into a little baby on the Matrix. This host is so weak now as you smash your hand inside. Well, no, you don't smash. You secretively put your hand inside of the host and you kind of start to touch it as you get a single mark on it. Now, you can now enter the host if you want.
Yeah, I'll enter the host.
Okay, pulling inside of the host. The host itself is fairly simple, almost standard and stock. But you can also see kind of the walls are almost paper thin, which you have done. The code is a lot weaker than what it used to be.
Okay. There, just so I know, there's no such thing as really running silently for a technomancer, is there?
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Just wasn't sure if it was something I should be doing.
Nah, you're fine.
Okay, so now I'm in. I still have technically 1 mark on the host, right?
Yeah. So
And
at this point, you should be able to access most files.
Okay. Well, yeah, let me just have a look and see. I'd like to try to find like a floor plan.
Yeah, make a matrix search check.
Matrix search is what?
Oh, it is intuition plus computer.
So 10 dice -1 for my stun damage. On 9 dice, I got 4 hits.
Alright, kind of with a pain of a headache, you sift through the information quickly, pulling out what you need. You are able to find that this place does have a rudimentary camera system on the 1st floor, where you can get a good look inside of the bar. And searching quickly through that, you find that the person you're looking for is not on the 1st floor. Other than that, though, you're able to find a fairly rough floor plan in the back end of the system, in some folders that haven't been accessed for quite some time. And you have a very rough floor plan. The actual bar itself is about 3 stories, and the other rooms, and then above that, it's even more like apartment building kind of thing. And those floors are kind of owned by the people who own the bar.
How many floors are we talking total?
Well, the actual apartment building in total is about maybe 8.
So 8 plus 3 for the bar, so there's 11 floors.
The building is 8 stories high.
Okay.
So 5.
So 5. Gotcha. Okay, I'll relay this information to everybody, but the camera system is only on the first floor?
Yeah, the camera system is only on the first floor, the one that you have access to.
But I have access to that. Will I be able to access that remotely at any time I want to now, or do I need to do
Yeah.
anything to try to set that up?
You can access it, but the thing is you will acquire Overwatch over time. So you could use the resonant. You could basically require Overwatch over time. So if you want, you could use the Resonance Veil power to stop that.
Right, gotcha. Otherwise, I have to disconnect from it to stop. Right?
Yeah, basically the Overwatch acquiring.
And how long does that whole resonance veil work?
Indefinitely. As long as you're concentrating, you will take a -2 to all other actions, though.
I'm not overly concerned with it right now. I could always probably access this again if I need to, and we're going into the bar anyway to have a round of things. So,
All right, cool. So now you've done it up, you've given yourself a decent amount of information. And the bar is looking fairly active at the moment. And something you did notice about the bar is there isn't too many actual Chinese people in there. There is a lot of white guys.
Viper and I'll fit right in.
I might not.
No, Viper doesn't.
Well, you know, she's with me.
Yeah.
No, but I don't look like a sexy Chinese lady. I look like a buff, like here for a fight Chinese lady who's an orc.
Yeah. So what? I got eccentric tastes, and I'm really thirsty. Let's go.
Alrighty, guys. Anyone else want to do anything before those two enter the building?
Yeah, is that a fire escape you mentioned? Is it within grapple gun distance of the actual building the bar is in?
The fire escape, if you were from that building, fucking depends. I don't know, depends on your angle. You could fucking swing down and kill yourself. If you're going to be firing across the road, it really depends on what height you're at. Because whether or not you want to swing, if you want to fire, sure, yeah, you can grapple gun to it, but depends on what you're doing. Like, if you're going to die or not.
Go ahead and climb that fire escape.
Yeah. Alright,
No,
I want you to make
check.
a stealth check.
Hear that? 4 hits.
Alright, with 4 hits, you start climbing the fire escape. And you think you're alright. And then all of a sudden, like as if by pure luck, someone on the street that was just kind of walking by, just from the outside of the alleyway, is right now just staring up at you at where you are, kind of inquisitively squinting their eyes.
Oh, that's all I need.
So you can either, what would you like to do? You can either try to re-stealth and try to hide there for a bit, or something else, I don't know.
Try to hide there for a bit, because if they're squinting their eyes, they're obviously not seeing me that well.
Alright, make yourself a stealth check.
Another 4 hits.
Kind of blending in with the mosaic that makes up the metal bars and stuff, and kind of trying to angle yourself so you're much harder to see. The person kind of rocks their head back and forth, and then kind of shakes and just shrugs, and then just continues walking.
Go ahead and continue up the couple of floors on the fire escape.
Alright, cool. And at this point, Ronin, what are you doing?
I'm chilling at the back exit
Back exit of what?
of the building.
What building?
I'm in the bar.
Okay, so if you want to head over to the back exit of the bar, it's not that you're gonna have to actually head over there because right now your character hasn't actually moved. So if you want to actually move around there, how are you gonna approach it? You're just gonna walk around the back and just stand there, or what?
Basically, yeah.
All right. So as soon as you start walking around, moving through the groups of people, you go down the alleyway that goes around the back exit of the bar, and immediately you see about 4 dudes sitting there smoking, kind of talking at the moment in Cantonese, casually at the back area. They seem to be pretty well, whether casually or on duty, you're not too sure.
Can I discern if they're gang members or something along those lines?
Make a perception check.
Alrighty, let me see. This is a visual one, right?
The visual, definitely. Unless you want to try to hear their gang affiliation, I don't know.
Okay, let me see. This is physical, right? Or is it
are you talking about limit? What's wrong, man?
Yeah, a mental or physical
it is a mental
limit.
It's a mental limit.
Okay, 4 hits.
All right. With 4 hits, checking these guys out, running your eyes up and down, you can actually see quite a few of them are packing heat. Actually, pretty much all of them are. They're all packing pistols, tucked into their jeans and stuff.
Okay, so it's just them there, or
well, you're not too sure because the alleyway kind of turns off onto a corner around the building as it's kind of brisked up towards other buildings. You're not too sure if anyone's around there. And these guys are standing out behind near the garage area.
I mean, is there a flow of people that
yes.
in the back?
You are right now next to like a fuckload of people around you. There is so many people. Taking down these people is going to alert the police unless you can pull them inside of the building, which is also unlikely.
Alright, I'm not suicidal, so I'll be going back and standing on the front entrance there.
Alrighty. Are you going to make any attempt to obscure yourself or anything like that, or are you just going to stand in front of the bar?
I'll just be looking around, attempting to be like lost in the matrix, even though I'm truly not. So that would be a what check?
A con check.
Okay. Damn. 1 out of 1. Wow.
Oh,
Okay.
shit. Alright, so guys, he stands in front of the, you guys kind of go on to enter inside of the building, and then, Ronin kind of stands out in front of the building. And he just tries to look like he's in the Matrix, but instead he tries way too hard, and he kind of sits there and just awkwardly tries to shift his eyes around, and instead makes himself look like he's insane. Pretty much immediately, someone comes up to you from the crowd and asks if you're okay.
I'm fine. He is looking very seriously. Do I need to roll intimidation?
If you want to intimidate them to fuck off, yeah, go ahead.
This is just 6 days because torture doesn't apply.
Yes, unless you want to stab them at the moment.
2 hits.
Alright. With 2 hits, you kind of, I'm fine. And the guy kind of, cocks his head back and just kind of goes, yeah, alright then. All right, buddy. And then he kind of like taps you on the shoulder kind of thing, like, yeah, all right, all right, all right. And at that point, I want you to make a willpower plus a charisma check as he taps you on the shoulder.
Alright. Willpower plus charisma.
Yes, you're making a
Sure.
composure check.
One hit.
All right, would you like to reroll?
Yes, I would.
Okay, then.
Burning one edge.
You don't have to burn it, you use it.
I use it. Better. 3 hits.
With 3 hits as he kind of slaps on your shoulder, like a jolt of, like, just anger hits in your mind as you almost go into full combat mode, like almost trying to raise up your hand, slap him aside, and, like, crush it. And then you kind of take a deep breath, breathe out, as your eyes notice a cop watching you two. You kind of just let him do that, and the guy walks away, and the cop averts his eyes. Okay.
Phew.
Yep. All right. Now we have Vex and Viper walking into the bar, and Ace, you can set up easily on the top of that building that you walked up.
Yeah, I'm setting up my sniper rifle.
Yeah, sure. Make a stealth check while you're up there, and just put it in the chat. And now we'll go back to Vex and Viper. So you two walk into this bar, and it has a dim blue lighting in here, which is pretty obnoxious. And all around the place, there are pretty much just white people, foreigners, various different ethnicities, but not many Chinese, not many Hong Kongs. What would you guys like to do?
Well, I'm already not feeling very comfortable with this plan, but I'm going along with it anyways and grumbling a little bit under my breath.
I'll look around. Is there a spot at the bar, or is there a table?
There's a booth right now that seems unoccupied.
Let's make it occupied.
Does it have a good view of the bar?
Yes, it does.
Well, then we make our way there.
All right. And Ian, you're out of the server now, aren't you? Or are you still in the server?
No, I'm out of the server now. I'm just using the old school, eyes and ears.
All right. So you guys go sit down in the booth. You can definitely see some looks, eyes watching and following the orc as she sits down at the booth. They're not too intrusive, but definitely people are gawking a bit.
I just grin.
I'm not feeling very
Obviously
comfortable
not
under
jealous.
this gaze. Yeah. But we take a look around very carefully from our seats and try and see if we can spot any gang members or anyone out of the ordinary.
Alrighty, sweet. Make perception rolls, visual.
I want to spot the waitress. Five hits, even with my headache.
I only got 3.
All right. So if you're trying to find a waitress, and you definitely do see one, and she's actually walking up to you guys at this point. And looking around the place for gang members, you do see on the far side of the bar where you guys aren't, there seems to be a collection of booths. And in them right now is a group of thuggish-looking men. They're human. They seem to be of American descent or something like that, Caucasian. And you can even see bulges in their jeans and stuff of pistols and things like that.
Right.
Anyway, so the waitress comes up to you guys and asks if you would like anything.
Yeah, you got any real beer in this place?
She says, real beer? Yes, we do. She shouts out a very outlandishly expensive price, though.
How much for a synth beer?
Not much at all. A couple new yen.
That works for me. What about you, sweetheart? You want something to drink? Are you hungry?
I'll have water.
She says very well. Beer and a water. She brings back the beer and the water. And Ian, I would like you to make a body check at this point.
Just a straight body check. Do I get to add
Yeah.
my alcohol skill to that or anything? Oh, that's still -1 for the headache too, isn't it?
Nah. No, resistance checks generally don't get minuses.
I got 1 hit and 1 on 3 dice.
Alright, you're okay. But I can tell you right now, the alcohol is starting to numb you a bit. But you're enjoying it either way.
Skill. What is that for?
Oh, you knowledge alcohols. If you just have that bars and stuff.
Okay. Gotcha. Oh yeah, I see that now.
Alrighty. So, what is your plan, guys? You can see that there is a group of the gangers over there. Ian, you guys are inside of the building. You guys cannot see the person that is your target at the moment.
When the waitress comes back with the beer, I'm gonna assume that I have a photograph of the target, a printed one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask her, excuse me, have you seen this man around?
She kind of looks him in the eye and looks at the picture. She seems a little bit puzzled, and she goes, no, never seen him before. And I want you to make a judge intentions check, a intuition plus charisma, both of you.
I got 4.
What'd you get, Ian?
4
Only
hits.
got 1. Me 4.
Alright, Ian, you just kind of like, oh, okay then. But Viper, on the other hand, is just like, yeah, she's lying.
I grab hold of her hands, not too harshly, but certainly strongly, and I ask her to take another look.
Yeah, she definitely like tries to jerk away, but because you're grabbing it, again, do you just hold when she tries to pull her hand away, or?
Yeah, I'm not trying to be too threatening, but I am trying to show her we're serious.
Yeah, she pulls away, and she's kind of like really a flutter in her breath. You can make an intimidate check if you want. If you want to kind of tell her to do this.
My intimidation skill's not very high. I'm not sure if I'm willing to try intimidating this
well,
one.
if you don't do it in an intimidating manner, she just pulls her hand away, and she says, "No, I don't know who he is. I'm sorry. Anyway, hope you enjoy the beer and the water. If you need anything else, just ask."
Thank you.
And as she moves away, instead of going to serve more customers, she then goes away to the back of the bar and heading off into a staff door.
Vex. That woman, she knows who we're looking for. I think we should maybe follow her or find out where she's going.
Well, she just went through that staff door. I've looked at the schematics. Do I know where that leads to?
Yeah, it leads to an area which either leads to the kitchen type area, storerooms, and also an upstairs area. It goes up a stairway. Stairways on the right, left is all the storerooms and shit.
She's probably going to alert the target now.
Well then, he's either going to try and run for it, or he's just going to bunker down for even longer.
Well, we might as well stay for a while, finish our drinks, and see if anything interesting happens. Unless you want to go running through the kitchen and start charging upstairs looking for him.
No, I don't make a commotion right now when we only have half the team in the building.
Okay. You guys can have easy communication to the others, by the way, just through comm codes and calls and stuff.
Yeah, just let Ace and what's the other guy's name? Ronan. Let Ace and Ronan know that the suspect may be alerted and may possibly try to make a break for it. We'll let you know if we see anything further, but just keep an eye out.
All right.
Copy that.
So, Flo, would you like to move, or do you want to stay at the front of the bar?
Well, logically, he'll be trying to go through the back entrance, right?
Well, whatever you think.
Or the garage door. I think it's more plausible to the garage door, just to make a run for it. So I would be going around to where the garage door would be this time, and staying away from the 4 dudes that I cannot kill because of the whole crowd thing.
Okie dokie. So you're going to just stay near that crowd area where the back entrance where the garage was?
Yeah.
Alright, you can easily just stand around that area. That's no problem. You can go do that now. And at this point inside of the bar, after about a minute or so, the large group of people that were there before start moving over to where you guys are at the booth. There's about 5 of them.
This is the American-looking gang members?
Yeah. The people that you think may be in the 42s.
Yeah, excellent. Are you ready for a fight, sweetheart?
As ready as I'll ever be.
So you guys just going to kind of sit in your booth? Do you want to get out of the booth, or?
No, I'm going to sit there and let them approach. When they come up, I'll say, well, when they approach, they'll say, how's it going, fellas? Buy you a drink?
I do have a question, though. The table that we're sitting at, is it, like, bolted to the floor, or is it something we might be able to flip?
It's bolted to the floor, but your character can flip it.
Oh, lovely.
See? That's why I love her.
Yeah, 8 strength, man. You could. It's like bolted to the floor, whatever. Oh yeah, by the way, I never actually told you, but the guy you're trying to find, his name is Christoph.
Gotcha.
She has an 8 strength.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm really punching out my way.
Okie dokie. Anyway, so they kind of come up, and one guy that's kind of the leadery looking dude. He's a bit of a skinhead. He puts his hands on the table when he says, "So you're looking for Christoph?"
Yeah, is he here?
He says he certainly is. He's upstairs. Do you want to come see him?
Not particularly. Buy him a drink. Why doesn't he come down here to see me?
I talking to my com. Get his floor number.
I'm sorry, his what number?
See if you can get him to tell you what floor he's on.
He's upstairs in the apartments, I take it?
He's upstairs. We'll take you there. He says with a grin.
You know, I've heard that your gang has been training people in a new neo-martial arts. I'd like to know more about that.
He says, well, I don't want to have to teach you here. I was going to teach you upstairs. You know, we got some patrons here. But if we're going to have to teach you here, we're going to have to teach you here.
Well, I certainly would like to test my hand against your skill. Maybe going upstairs would be a better place.
Well, I'm sorry, maybe we're getting off on the wrong foot here. I'm James Dean, Hong Kong Nightly News.
He's
Now
definitely
I got
surprised by that when you say that, and he looks to you.
I got to quickly come up with some kind of a reason why I want to talk to Christoph.
You're investigating into street gangs? I don't know.
Yeah, I was just wondering what kind of. Yeah, that'll work. I'll go with that. Yeah, and I just wanted to interview Christoph. I wanted to see, his particular insight. You see, I do a lot of pieces on the street gangs and the you know local crime syndicates and stuff. You might have seen my show. I go in deep undercover, although I don't really go undercover per se. But I like to get the inside scoop on this kind of stuff. Show the public a side that maybe they don't necessarily see reading the mainstream news and reading the police reports. You know what I mean? I mean, come on, you got to admit those guys don't exactly give you guys a fair shake. I pull out my fake credentials and show it to him.
All right. So I do think your character actually has con, but I will allow you to roll diplomacy instead.
I don't have skill points in con.
But I think you're trying to diffuse the situation here, and the evidence you're pulling is pretty good. So I think I'll allow you to roll a diplomacy instead.
I'm gonna use an initial edge this time as well.
Yeah, sure.
Because I don't want to get my ass handed to me right here. That would be 4 hits.
All right. He checks out your little sin as you're showing him on your comlink, and he kind of rubs his head and he goes, "Oh, okay, sorry. Okay." And then he sits down next to you then, and he looks a little bit confused and he says, "Okay, sorry, we thought it was something else going on here. I mean, if you're a reporter person, I mean, oh, sorry, street stuff, where people want to kill people," he says.
No, I know. I see it every day. Believe me.
Well, I'm going to be honest, he says. Christoph has already left.
Oh, that's a shame. Where did he go?
Well, he should be leaving right about now. And now we're just going to switch over straight to Flo. All right, Flo, as you're kind of standing there waiting, the 4 people that you saw before have right now turned to about 2. And they're kind of standing there idly. And then eventually one of the doors open and about 3 people come out. 2 people that you saw before, and then one other guy, which is indeed your mark. But right now, they're walking in the opposite direction of where you are.
I start following.
As soon as you start following, the other 2 people down the alleyway shout out to you, "Oi! Where do you think you're going? You can't be down here."
Oh God, they didn't just do that.
All right, so I would like you to make a composure check if you don't want to fight right now.
Oh God, they didn't just do that.
Yeah, I think they did.
6 hits for my sword slashing through their throats.
Okay, so first you have to pull out your sword. So let's
Yep.
make a quick draw attempt with your sword, which is a reaction plus your weapon attack, and then from there we're going to roll initiative.
Okay, so reaction plus... Sure. Where are you? Oh, okay, I found it. 7 hits.
Alright, with 7 hits, you take out your blade with uncanny speed. So now I'll give you a free attack with your blade. So there is some cool things that you can do in melee. You can, if you want, split your dice pool to be able to attack 2 people. Or what you could do is just make one big attack.
I want to describe the attack and I'll let you decide how it's actually done. Okay. So he would be doing a Bato Jutsu type move from the EI. Basically, it's a quick draw maneuver. As soon as he draws, he slices both of their necks.
Yeah, so you're
through
attacking two people. Okay, so you need to split your dice pool.
Yeah.
So you need to re-roll, so you need to cut your dice pool in half.
Okay. So that would be 8 for one, 8 for the other, basically.
Your dice pool is 17, so you could do 8 for one, 9 for the other, or something.
Okay, so first roll. 6 hits. Wow. Okay.
Wow. Okay. Okay, second guy.
Second guy only 3.
Okay, so either way, 3 damage plus the 11, so that's 14 points of damage. The other guy is going to take 17 points of damage, so you draw your sword quickly, skim from one guy to the next immediately before they can even react. One guy's head comes clean off, the other guy goes Pez dispenser as kind of he gargles in his last life. The crowd behind you fucking screams if some people see what you did, because you're about only 5 meters into the actual alleyway. At this point, everyone goes bonkers, and Ace, you can 100% see this.
Son of a
Yeah.
bitch.
He starts following with a clear intent.
Okay, so at this point, what happens is that Christoph and the 2 other people with him start sprinting. Mr. Samurai Man, you start following immediately, and pretty much they duck into the massive sea of the crowd immediately on the other side of the alleyway. So I want both of you to make perception checks.
All right.
Visual, of course.
All right.
I'm going to go ahead and initial edge.
Are we getting noise of all this over the comment?
Yeah. So right now, you guys are kind of sitting in there talking to this guy. He's lapping up your shit, and pretty much immediately, you can hear some screaming and shouting from inside of your ear, and then you can hear some screaming and shouting in real life from outside of the
2
bar.
hits or 3 dice.
So your perception check is only 3? What? Don't you have perception?
Yeah.
I got well, perception is a mental feat, so my limit would be 6. I mean, my limit would be 4, but I got 6 hits, so
Okay, so you two darting your eyes left and right. The sniper completely loses him as he hits the crowd. Otherwise, on the other hand, the samurai on the other hand can see him traveling up the street, and you can attempt to follow him. That'll be an athletics check, so that'll just be, let's say, a gymnastics check if you want to move through the crowd quickly.
Okay, let me check what my dice pool for gymnastics is. Okay, cool. Let me roll it.
Viper, this
God damn it, only 3.
Alright, with 3 hits, you try to weave in and out of the crowd. You start to lose distance on him as you're trying to push through the crowd, dodging and weaving. You do see him actually duck down an alleyway. You go to follow him, and then you see a whole bunch of shit kind of crash in front of you. You leap in front of it, fairly clumsy for your liking, as you try to continue and running. You can either try to break off your run, or you can stay here and just continue following this motherfucker.
I plan on. Do I need to roll another gymnastics check to
I'm just
follow
giving
him?
that a part of your last gymnastics check. So basically, if you don't want to run, I'm making you a composure check because you're a thrill seeker. Your character wants to do this.
No, I want to follow him because this is my target. I want to kill him.
All right, now we're going to snap back to the rest of the guys. All right, so Vex and Viper, you guys pretty much, yeah, your ears start screaming. The other gangers around you seem heavily alerted, kind of really confused about what's going on.
And the moment I hear the screaming, I flip this table on top of the guys who are standing next to them, trying to knock them all over.
All right, make yourself a. Do you have athletics? Or just a unarmed attack roll is fine. Let's do an unarmed attack roll. You will not be getting your multi bonus, so you'll be rolling 14 instead of 16 dice. Because flipping a table is not multi.
Right, okay. And that's 5 hits.
Alright, with 5 hits, you flip the table up, like, immediately. And the guy that was the lieutenant, like, I think he said's not actually in range of that table, but the other guys are, and you flip the table up, and the table kind of smashes into them, bowling them over. And I want you to roll initiative.
Okay, so my initiative, I guess, is 12 plus 3d6.
So yeah, you get the total for that number, by the way. You don't get hits. So if you got, 11 for the total of your 3d6, that adds to your, whatever your other bonus was.
Right, so I guess it's 24.
24, okay. And what do you get, Vex?
Just straight initiative, I got a 10.
Okay, so you are first. The Viper.
So you said that the lieutenant sat down next to us. Who is he sitting next to? Which one?
Vex. Normally the table would be in the way, but you ripped that apart and threw them at the other people.
Yeah, I'm just going to quickly kick up into his face.
All right, so he's going to get, basically you have reach on your kick now, and because the guy is unarmed, basically he's going to get a -1 to dodge. That's what a kick attack does, because you have of your mutai. You're going to get the total 16 dice to attack, by the way.
Lovely.
And he's going to make his dodge roll.
Now, you want me to make my roll right now?
Yeah. 16 dice.
7 hits.
Whew. A massive, powerful, monstrous kick from the orc woman here just goes pummeling into this guy's chest. And Vex, you swear you can almost visibly see this guy's, like, kind of puff up in his arms and head as his eyes bulge out, as then you can kind of see his ribcage just kind of shatters as the boot smashes into the sternum. And the guy is fucking instantly killed.
Jesus Christ.
Now it's going to go to the other guys' turns that got hit with the table. They're right now all across, like, kind of on the ground right now, and they're kind of scampering, going for their guns, and then they see their lieutenant basically explode from a powerful kick, and you can just see the fear in their eyes. One guy gets his gun up and just drops it, and none of them even fire or retaliate. The entire bar at the moment is now just screaming. And now we can go to Vex's turn.
Well, I think what Vex wants to do is get the hell out of this bar and head towards where the shouting and screaming was coming from.
So you can just head outside?
Yeah, I'm not going to stand here and fight all these gangers, I don't think. I don't think she needs my help.
Alright, so you're just going to head outside of the building.
Yeah, I want to get out there to back up if I can do anything to help catch the target.
Well, if you want, you could make a matrix perception check and maybe try to spot his comlink.
Yeah, that'd be a good thing to do. Let's see, that'd be a computer plus intuition -1 for my stun damage.
Yep.
Do I still have the noise thing going on in here with all the pop-ups?
Yeah, but you get a +2 because you're a technomancer, so that's just negated.
Fucking hell, the dice thing does not like me. I only got 1 hit.
Well, funnily enough, all you need is 1 hit to actually find him if he's not running silent. So you can spend 1 of those dice to try to find him.
Well, okay then.
And you did. You're able to quite barely, quickly, with your mind a blur, numbed by the alcohol, you step over the corpses, going to the door, trying to find Christoph through the mess of comlinks near you, and you're able to locate him. And then at this point, we're going to kind of fly from where that comlink is located with the camera and kind of fly up as the samurai is sprinting towards Christoph and the two men. So right now, Christoph is bending around corners of the alleyways that he knows like the back of his hand. And he's starting to kind of move away from you, the samurai. I would like you to make a running check, Mr.
Okay.
Samaru.
I'm running right now, so yeah, running check. Let's see at R.
Okay. And Ace
Okay.
also. So what are you doing too, by the way? You're probably gonna have to get out of there because you can't see him anymore. He's gone.
Yeah, I'm re-engaging my visual link, and I'm going to look for his comlink signature on the matrix.
Sure. If you want to make a matrix perception check to try to find him, you sure can as well.
4 hits.
That's
All right. With 4 hits, even though he knows the back streets incredibly well, you're able to push up just with pure speed, leaping over the obstacles that he's creating as he's throwing trash cans behind him, and his other various men basically start, throwing shit back just to slow you down. And you're able to catch up on the men themselves. Now, you can either try to rush past them to go for Christoph, or you can just get into combat with them. Now, I'm going to make you make a combat monster check if you don't want to get into combat with them.
it's computer plus intuition, right?
It sure is, yeah. Josh? Flo?
Sorry, what did you say?
So pretty much these guys are starting to fall behind the guards as they're trying to move things in front of you, and your character's just leaping over them dexterously or just pushing past them with pure strength. And right now your raincoat's starting to slip off, revealing the armor underneath it. Anyway, so yeah, you can either try to fight these guys or push past them, but you will have to make a will check not to.
Okay, so willpower check to see. Just willpower?
It is going to be willpower plus charisma, a composure check. Okay, basically cool. Combat monsters going off.
3 hits. Wow. Okay.
With 3 hits, you completely ignore them. Kind of running past them as they kind of try to stop you, but you just kind of brush past them with incredible speed and strength, catching up on Christoph. Christoph then takes down another turn and then pops off in. He then pulls off into a large crowd of people, and at this point I want you to make a perception check.
Three hits.
Alright. Just gotta be right back, guys. Just give me a sec.
Okay.
I have 4 hits on my matrix perception. At least let me find him.
Well, 4 hits on your matrix perception. I think you're gonna easily find him.
Oh, hopefully.
Well, Vex only had to get 1 hit.
Alrighty, I'm gonna come back with making a loud shouting sound so I can find it in editing easily. Anyway, is there anything you guys want to confirm at the moment before we re-begin?
I got 4 hits on that matrix perception to find his comlink.
Yeah, sure, you find the same as Nian.
Hey, where is he?
If he's far away, you can't find him. You have to move, basically. You can find where his comlink is, but you can help him find, that's it. So you have to move. He is far away from you.
Okay,
But anyway, anything else you guys need to confirm before we restart kind of thing? Flo, do you understand what the situation is?
Yeah, and I got 3 hits on my perception
cool.
check.
Okay. Boop. Okay, so Flo, he heads into the crowd itself, kind of starting to disappear, moving through the bodies. You kind of pushing left and right, trying to follow him. Make a gymnastics check.
Okay.
All right,
Let
at this
me
point,
check.
yep, just continue. Tell me what you got in the chat. All right, at this point, we're going to zap back to Ace. So Ace, with your Matrix perception check, you basically find you know that he's on the Matrix and is starting to teeter away out of a very reasonable range to be able to see him on the Matrix itself. So you have the com code number if you need to get Vex to hack it for you, but that's about all you can find. So at this point, you need to move. He is moved probably almost a couple blocks away now through the various concrete jungle around you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and leave my rifle here, which I hate to do. I'm gonna run to the edge of the building, put my arm down, and I'm going to fire my grapple directly into the lip of the top of the building.
Yep.
Wrap the cord around my hand,
And rappel
my
down.
cyber hand, and rappel down quickly.
Alrighty. Make yourself a gymnastics check.
Bit better at that. An initial edge this, and that is 4 hits.
Alright, with 4 hits, you're able to gracefully slide down. And you know which way he went, by the way. So you can definitely start to follow, but you're definitely going to be behind.
I want to start running in that direction, and I am going to calm Vex, see if he can't get me a tracer on his comm link.
Okie dokie, so now we're going to slap back to Paul and Ian. So I'm going to slap back to Paul mainly. So Paul before you, Ian's kind of ran out of the room, and there are 3 people that are kind of cowering in front of you. It's up to you if you want to continue fighting or you want to run, but it looks like these motherfuckers are too scared to fight you.
I don't even bother giving him a second glance. I just chase after Ian. I know that our target's on the run. I want to make sure we finish this job.
Okie dokie, so you're going to start going into the chase and hopefully you can catch up with Flo. And Ian, at this point, you're going to need to track down his comm link. And if you want, we can do that.
Okay, I thought you said I already found his comment.
You found his comm link on the Matrix, but you need to get a tracer on him so that you guys can then find him like permanently.
Okay, what do I need to do that? Is that a hack on
So
the
you
fly,
need to
or-
hack on him, you need to get 2 marks, and then you need to do a trace action.
Okay, so it's a hack on the fly, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to initial edge as well. Try to get 2 marks all in one go if I can.
Yeah, so basically how the Matrix works, just so you guys aren't confused, it's like in real life, and you turn on your computer, and you see that there are some wireless, like, routers near you. You don't necessarily know where they are, but you know they exist. And that's what you guys have done. You guys have checked if he's in the area. Yes, he is. But you guys don't know where he is. And the area in the game is like a couple 100 meters and stuff like that. So basically, he is now doing some hacking to find where that wireless router is. Just so you guys understand it conceptually what's going on.
I got 5 hits.
Alright, 5 hits, you're quite easily able to get the first mark on the guy. His comm link's not a very high rating, but it's still pretty decent. It's about a rating 4 that you discover as you start hacking. Do you want to do it again?
Yep, okay, here we go. That's 3 more hits.
Alright, with 3 hits, you're barely able to get the last mark on there. Just teetering over. The comm link itself almost found you out. Now, if you want, you can roll... So, a trace action is going to be a logic plus electronic warfare.
Communications or not?
Yeah, this is communications.
So it's 17 dice, -1 because I still have the stun down. Well, 9 hits. I'd say I hit my limit. Whatever.
Jesus Christ. Alright, you phone in where this guy is and you have his exact location. And you're able to easily overlay it on mapping software and you can send it over to your friends so that they know also where he is.
Can I tell how he's moving? Like, is he moving on foot? Is he moving in
He's
a
on
vehicle?
foot. Yeah, you can tell by his speed.
Also, you remember how you said I can give certain commands to devices?
Yes.
Well, I guess it would make sense since I'm tracking by it now. But if I wanted to, could I command his comlink to like overload or something?
Not really, no, but you can just deal damage. You can make it format itself.
Right, which would just like delete all of his data or something like that.
Yeah,
basically.
but you can just do that through hacking anyway. But if you melt his comlink, you won't be able to track him anymore.
Right, no, I understand. That's why I said I'm not going to blow it up or anything. I was just wondering if I could make it like explode or something there.
Yeah, well, because you're kind of tracking and focusing on his comlink, if he tries to make any calls, you'll know about it, and I'll give you an attempt to stop them.
No problem. Okay, cool. Yeah, I got him locked on. I'll keep trying to, if I can, continue moving in his direction while I'm doing this. But
Yeah, definitely. You can take a less zigzaggy route as well, because he was zigzagging to lose flow, but obviously you guys can kind of just go straight towards him. Would you guys like to pick up your cars to try to chase him? Because right now he's actually fairly far away. He is kind of getting out of that area, or you guys can just try to run towards him on foot. It's up to you.
could I make a low area knowledge check to kind of try and figure out where he's going?
Yeah, sure, if you want.
Three hits.
With 3 hits, you know that he's probably going to stay in 42's territory. Other than that, you're not entirely sure. You do know that right now he is heading more towards Kowloon City, though.
Is there like I don't know? I mean, I was said earlier there was. Are there rickshaws and stuff like that still?
Yeah. There's hireable scooters and things like that if you guys need them to, just on the streets. You basically put in money and then you can use them.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll hop in one of those and take off.
All right. Okay, now
I'll drive somewhat recklessly. I don't mind endangering the. I'll try not to run over any old ladies or anything, but
being very aggressive, yeah. We're gonna zip over to Flo now, unless you got Paul. Did you want to do anything? Are you on foot? Or are you gonna grab a scooter? Or
Yeah, I'm gonna grab the scooter as well, and I'm just gonna stick with Vex for now.
and Ace, are you gonna get on a vehicle or?
Yeah, I'm gonna grab a scooter. Can't really make it back to my truck.
All right, you guys will get on
Still.
the dinky little kind of transport scooters that kind of ask for 20 new yen as you get on. You kind of put in the money quickly, and it's like transaction approving quicker, and then you guys drive away. All right, and now we're going to snap back to Flo. Right now, looking his head left and right, trying to find where the guy is. You kind of lose him for a little bit, and then you see in the distance an apartment complex, a fairly long and wide one, not as tall as the others around the place, and you can see him dipping in the building. He's maybe about 50 meters away. You lost him for a bit, but you finally saw him.
Yeah, and you said to roll something, and I got
You got your
5
gymnastics,
hits.
and you're able to push through the crowd and all that. Moving left and right, the crowd even barely notices that you're there, and you're able to move up to the building at this point. Now, the thing is that he's gone inside and has been there for about a minute or so. But something you do notice about this building is that the 4th floor of this building is entirely boarded up, but otherwise the building looks functional.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the thing is, he would be running, and he would be after Christoph, and he wants him dead now.
Okay, so you're just going to head into the building blindly without knowing where he is?
Well, he would from time to time check his comlink to see, hey, did you see where he went?
All right, checking on the comlink areas, you see that they've actually sent you a bit of a map kind of area, kind of denoting it on a map software exactly and his current location is right now. Giving it a good look as you're kind of standing on the mouth of the building, he's really close to you.
I'm heading there now.
You kind of walk in the building blindly, the lights kind of flickering in this place, and you're walking through the hallways, and then you stand at the area where he is. And then you kind of look at your phone air thing, and then you look up as you realize he's probably not on the first floor.
Yeah, going to the next floor.
As you're kind of standing in this building, a janitor that's right now cleaning up at the moment looks over to you and asks, "Hey, who are you?"
He just rushes because this is too urgent. He needs to kill. It's beyond necessary. He needs to kill his target now.
Okay.
He runs.
So you move past the guy, pushing past the old janitor, going up the fire escape stairs. You quickly move up to the... which floor are you going to go to? There's 8 floors.
He'll be going to the floor that he thinks that his puny legs would take him. So
I don't know what that is, man. Is it first, second, third, fourth, fifth? Like, I don't know, man.
He would be taking floor to floor, the flights of stairs.
Okay, so at this point, your character's going to be very preoccupied, going door to door, knocking on people's doors, trying to find this guy. This is an apartment complex, and you're definitely pissing people off, knocking on their doors. They're asking, "Who the hell are you? What do you want?" And they're not being particularly helpful. So at this point, your character's kind of stalled, and you guys are able to drive a long way around to get to the destination because you see that it's stopped. And then you guys take a less direct route that's away from where all the people are, so you guys can drive up to your scooters to this building.
So we know that Ronan has gone outside already, right?
Ronan's probably telling you what's going on. Which is basically he's been checking all the floors. He's checked the entire second floor, and now he's starting to check the third floor of where this guy is.
Well, then we know that the first floor is basically safe. So I'm going right in.
Yeah. The thing is, when you guys go in, you see once again right now this janitor guy that's right now cleaning up, and he kind of asks you guys, "Hey, what are you doing?" As you guys move into the building quickly.
Yeah, Ace, you do your thing first.
Kind of look at the janitor. Nothing, we're just looking for someone.
Well, he can't be looking in here. Are you looking for that crazy guy? As he, right now this guy's talking in Cantonese. As he points over to the, the emergency stairwell. He said he went rushing up there. He says, "You better be careful, okay? Don't be running around here. You look like a suspicious type, so don't want to have to call the night errant."
I really don't trust janitors, actually. I think that he's probably some kind of undercover watchman or something.
Okay, Vex, what do you guys think of this? This guy's basically threatened to call the night errant.
Well, can you silence him for the time being?
Well, if you guys want to knock him out, go ahead.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm actually going to draw my silence.
It's not really my specialty.
I'm going to draw my silent pistol that's loaded with an injection rounds.
Yep.
That are full of narcojet.
Alrighty, roll to hit.
I'm going to shoot him. Five hits.
Alright, with 5 hits, you're easily able to shoot him straight into the neck. You can even see the the injection rounds kind of have like a little syringy thing, and they kind of push in when they hit, and you can even see that move in as the guy kind of just goes and then just collapses to the floor.
Jesus Christ, what was in that?
Narco jet. He'll be out for a few hours.
All right, well, tuck him away somewhere discreet and let's go.
To the closet.
Yep.
Janitor
Put it in
closet.
the broom closet.
All right, you guys push his stuff and him into the janitor closet and sit him
And
upright, I
take the
guess.
dart
Sit him
out of his
upright.
Take the dart out of his neck so if anybody does find him in here, it looks like maybe he just fucking went in for a doze or something.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, you
This
guys.
point,
Yeah, sorry, Ace.
At this point, I'm ejecting the mag, reaching into my jacket and pulling out another one.
Okie
Slam the
dokie.
mag back in and ratchet the slide, loading it with hollow points. And then I look at Vex, try to get a layout of the building, see if you can't find what floor he's on and which room he's in.
Well, yeah, I mean, I still got this trace on him, right?
Yeah, you've got the trace, but because it's GPS, you know.
Am I able to draw from that what floor he's on, or no?
Well, right now, the samurai has been sifting through the many floors, shouting at people to tell where this person is. And he tells you guys that he's moving up to the 4th floor now.
Well, I'll keep moving. I figure once I get on level with him, I should be able to, hopefully be able to find him using this tracking.
Alright, so you guys move up the emergency stairwell, heading to the 4th floor where he's moving up to there now. And as you head up to the 4th floor, instead of there actually being a number 4, you can see it's kind of scratched and marked. And where there used to be a 4 kind of bolted in, it's no longer there at all. And as soon as you, the samurai touches his hands kind of to the actual doorknob, he sees you, like, as you guys are walking up, he's just doing this. It's very cold.
Great, this is going to be fun. You guys ready for a little wet work?
Always.
Kick the door open.
Kicking the door open.
Alright, so you...
As he
Go on.
kicks the door open, I'm going slightly back behind something just in case it's, could be trapped with explosives.
Alright, so you kick the door open, it smashes apart, and you kind of poke your head on in, and as soon as you move through that threshold, this is an incredibly dark hallway. This whole level seems to be roughly like the ones that you've already encountered, Flo. But instead of being inhabited, this one isn't inhabited at all, and there's no lights whatsoever. Only the light from the hallway as it pours in. Also, it's incredibly cold, and the air is very still.
Anybody got a torch?
I've got a
Don't need
flashlight.
one. No. Do not light that flashlight. It'll give us away. Everyone link your contacts or whatever you're using with my cyber eyes.
Yeah, but then they'll be seeing through your eyes, and that's very disorientating, man. I'm going to be honest. That's going to be hard for them to move around.
Just fucking leave it there.
I have cyber eyes, so I switched to thermographic vision.
That's what I'm doing.
I supposedly have low light vision, but I don't think
Yeah.
that's going to help in pitch blackness.
Well, you can definitely see further than just a little bit from the hallway is illuminating, but otherwise it's not going to help you perfectly, no.
So yeah, the two street Sams activate their thermographic visions.
Alright, but are you guys getting out torches, the ones that don't have it? Or are you guys just going to rely on linking with their thermographic?
I suggest we take out our torches, but not turn them on, and keep them at the ready so that we can turn them on and follow closely behind the street samurai. And then we can use these actually to stun someone. If they're in the dark, we can blind them, hopefully.
I'll try to get, follow closely behind Viper. Since I'm kind of in the back anyway, I'll keep my ears open and keep looking around, even though I can't see very well, but just to make sure nothing's going to jump out from behind us and grab us.
All right, so as you guys start moving in with the thermographic vision on kind of thing, you guys actually notice that there's, like, from the light itself from the door when it was open, you could see a piece of paper kind of on next to the wall kind of thing as you're walking in, basically saying, "Keep out. Do not come in. Incredibly dangerous area." And then underneath scrawled, "Haunted."
Are we sure he's in here?
As you say that, all of a sudden you hear the sounds of a shrill scream, a male scream. And then a gargle as basically you hear like that sound from down the hallway. And then a massive draft slams the door shut after you guys all enter.
Is my tracking still showing him as being in here?
Yes.
How far away?
Just down the hall. From the first, there's many different rooms, but from what you can tell, let's say room 409. 409.
Just follow the creepy scream and gurgling, gentlemen and lady.
He is already up ahead. So he would be just stopping to hear them to speak for a few seconds after they established that it's 409. He is bolting to 409.
You start bolting forward incredibly quickly, not even realizing that the floorboards below you are incredibly weak. Your foot slips into it quickly as it shatters, as your whole lower part of your body goes flying through the ceiling, as you then stop dead at your waist. Dust spills into the air.
What do I need to roll to get my body back?
As this happens, you guys hear the sound as if in the distance as a chill rides down your spine.
Shit.
Yeah, what do I need to roll to get
Just
my
pull yourself
body
out, man.
back? Yep, pulling myself out.
You pull yourself out, the wood kind of, abrasively and aggressively scraping against your armor. If you weren't wearing this, it would have been a lot more painful.
Yeah. Well, I'm getting myself back and going back towards 409 because I want him dead right now.
All right. Are you guys going to be doing anything upon hearing that crazy laughter, or are you guys just going to continue on to 409?
I'm pulling my weapons out.
Let's not let Ronan's insanity throw us or cause us to be rash. We need to be well-paced. We need to be cautious.
Well, he's just basically rushing to the door at this point. If you guys want to rush with him, you can, or you guys can stay back and move up cautiously.
I'm following. I have to stick close to one of the samurai, so I'm following Ace.
All right, Ace, are you going to rush forward, or?
Oh, no.
All right, so you guys stay
I'm not
back
rushing
cautiously,
forward,
back to back, moving up slowly, looking around. But Ronin, on the other hand, charges up to room 409, rips open the door, and then walks in, I guess.
Yep.
Walking in, kind of with your thermographic vision, you can kind of see a heat signature in the corner that's slowly but surely getting colder. And then all of a sudden, quite strangely, something appears in front of you, and it drops the temperature incredibly low, and it's like you can't even see anything with your thermographic anymore. And I want you to roll initiative.
Okay. Where are you? Ah, here it is. Okay, 23.
Okay, so you are first, but the thing is, you cannot see anything anymore. Everything around you is so cold that all you can see is nothing through your thermographic.
All right. Awesome. Do I know where the last known position of the target was?
All you saw was a strange heat signature that was slowly depleting. Then all of a sudden, like a brick wall of cold in front of you blinded you. And you can feel right now a chill on your skin, even through your armor.
Yeah, but I know where the direction from that
Definitely.
hitting. Okay, this will be fun.
So what would you like to do?
I know that the three party mates are still in the hallway, right?
Yes.
Okay, so there's nothing there. Awesome. I'm going to be a bit reckless and throw a flashbang grenade.
All right. So you'll raise your hand to throw a flashbang. Roll your dice.
3 hits.
Blindly throwing a flashbang grenade in front of you. You hear a tink right in front of you as then the flash grenade then hits you in the head. Bang.
Wait. So someone just hit it with a baseball bat back to me, or something along those lines.
Your character doesn't know it's pitch blackness. Basically, you threw something ahead of you, and then it kind of clanged back quickly, as if something was right in front of you.
Oh.
I want you to roll a armor check at a
what?
-5. A body plus armor check, so that is going to be
Okay.
12, and then your body is 5. No, so 20. So 25 dice.
25 dice, okay. I have 10 hits.
All right, with 10 hits, you're able to absorb most of the blow from the stun grenade as it goes off in front of you. Otherwise, though, the large sudden light blinds you. So you other guys can roll initiative as well, but I'm going to describe what you guys see. So you guys are moving up towards the door. You're getting closer, starting to creep over the hole that the samurai created. Then all of a sudden, you can start to see ice form around the door itself that he just entered. And then you can hear the rushing of the samurai as he shouts and throws the grenade, a ting, and then a massive bang from the stun grenade. So you guys can roll an initiative now as well.
I'm on 11.
All right. So Flo, after that point where the stun grenade went off, all of a sudden you start to feel incredibly cold as something moves up towards you. I want you to make a intuition plus reaction check at a -4.
Okay, intuition plus reaction. Let me see, intuition, and where is reaction? Reaction 5. So it's int 3, 5. Just 3.
All right, you're hit. I want you to make a armor check again, 25 dice, but this time you're going to be getting a -6.
So it's just 19.
Yeah.
7 hits this time.
All right, you're going to take 2 points of stun damage as some kind of claw-like thing clatters against your armor from the thing that was in front of you where the stun grenade went off before. It almost pierces through armor, but it absorbs most of the damage as you get rattled on inside. And now we are going to go to the top of the initiative again. So, Flo, what did you get? You got 24 or something like that, or what did you get again? Your initiative before?
23.
Alright, so Flo, you're first again.
Awesome. I know that's from in front of me, right?
Yeah. Something's in front of you.
Yes. That means blade to the face.
Well, seeing as you don't know where the face is, that may be difficult.
No, but that's exactly his line of thought. Blade to the face.
Alright, roll to hit as you swing wildly in front of you.
Okay, so that's sword.
I'll be right back.
Okay, 7 hits.
Okay, sorry
Good.
guys, back. 7 hits?
Yep.
So the creature in front of you, or whatever you're sure, you can feel a massive shifting body in front of you move. But either way, your blind strike is able to hit home, smashing into something. But as it kind of hits, it's like you're smashing into like pure diamond. Your sword gets cut into it, but you can hear something shatter in the darkness in front of you. A rolling cold slides up your katana as it starts to numb your fingers. The creature wails. Yeah.
Alright. Did my katana break or did the creature break?
Your katana's fine.
Okay.
Alright, so next down on the initiative, we're going 22 with Paul.
I've decided that stealth is not necessary anymore.
No.
I've turned on my light,
Thank you.
and I'm just going to make my way into that room as quickly as I can.
Okay, so you move on into the room, and there before you see the samurai stabbing some giant ice-like creature. Well, it's not giant, it's about roughly your size-ish. But the vigil of this thing is some kind of strange ice-like dragon. At this point, you know for sure, because your character's magical, this is a spirit.
I don't know if I want to punch ice, but maybe with acid I would.
So would you like to charge up your fists?
Yes, I'm charging my fists with acid.
Alright, you just kind of move on into the room, shine the light, and then I'm assuming only with one of your fists, you like channel magic into them to summon acid. As it starts to go green.
That sounds reasonable.
Alrighty, now we're going to go down the initiative to Ace.
Yeah, I'm just getting a look inside this room as flashlight shines in there, looking at this giant ice thing, and seeing that 2 people are now in there, kind of shake my head. Well, so much for throwing a frag grenade in.
You could still do it.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it, honestly.
They'll probably get murdered.
Yeah, but the spirit would too. I'm going to walk in with both my guns drawn and kind of try to skirt around the side of this thing and open fire.
Okay, so firing with 2 guns at once. I'm assuming they're pistols, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you split your dice pool. So if you have 16 dice, it's now 8 dice each.
Hey.
I don't know what your dice pool is, though, so...
14, so...
7 each.
Four hits on the first one.
Alright, that's a hit.
3 hits on the second one.
That is a hit. All right. What is the damage and AP of your weapons?
On the Ares Predator 5, the damage is 8p. Armor penetration is -1.
All right.
The
Cool.
Ares Viper Silver Gun damage is 9p with an F in parentheses. And AP is +4.
Okie dokie. So you fire off your guns into this creature and you can see some shattering of its strange icy shell. As you can see cracks start to rise up its body. Alright, now it is its turn. On its turn, it's going to raise its hands high into the air as it screeches. A icy-like ball starts to form in its hands, and then it crushes it. Everyone in the room, I would like you guys to roll a reaction plus intuition check at a -2, as a massive explosion of ice.
Oh, thank God I'm slow.
Yeah, you weren't in the room, but pretty much everyone else is.
Exactly.
So for me, that's 10 dice, I guess.
What am I rolling again?
Intuition plus reaction -2.
3 hits.
That would be 4 hits.
Okay. Ace?
As well.
Okay, now you guys, so remember how many hits that you guys got? Basically, you guys are dodging a 12 damage, AP -6 attack. So you have reduced the damage by how many hits you got, and now you roll an armor plus body check minus the AP, and you roll that again, and how many hits you got reduces the damage by that much. Whatever you don't soak up, so say if you get 9 hits in total, you take 3 damage.
I don't quite understand, actually.
Okay, so roll your armor plus your body.
And my armor's 12.
But he has to take away 6 dice, no?
Yeah, he takes away 6 dice as well. So armor plus body -6.
Okay, so 17 minus 6, so 11 dice, I guess.
Yep, so you roll 11.
That's right.
Okay, I got 13 hits in total.
Okay, so you're fine, Flo.
How in the world did he get 13 hits? Or is that plus my other hits?
Yeah, you also plus the dodge hits to the final hits check, because that's how much you've reduced the damage by.
Yeah, I have a lot of armor.
That would be
Didn't
12
say
hits.
armor's
12
like
hits.
25.
And then that's 7 hits total.
Okay, so you're going to take 5 points of frost damage. Alright.
Is that stun or what?
It's physical. It's just cold damage, so it kind of starts to crack your armor and stuff like that. It doesn't do too much. It doesn't do enough damage though to absolutely hurt anything. Any liquids that you have on you though are completely frozen.
How much damage would I have taken with 12 hits?
Nothing. It was 12 damage. So you guys are able to dodge out of the way, soak it up, putting your armor in front of you. And the creature still stands. Now we're going to go to Ian's turn.
So Vex is just kind of like shouldered up along the door frame and peeked into the room. He sees the spirit, and the first thing that crosses his mind is run and hide, run and hide, run and hide. But then he thinks back, and he thinks about his previous team and how they're all dead. And he thinks about this team that he's only just met, but he can't put that on his conscience again. So he kind of leans around the corner of the door and takes a shot.
Alright, roll a hit.
Why does my pool say 7 and then 9 in parentheses? What's the
So the 9 is when you're using semi-automatics, which is what you're doing.
Still -8 because of the headache, right?
Yeah,
I mean
yeah.
-1. 3 hits.
All right. You hit. All right, so with one final shot, the bullet flies into the mirage of bullets that was created and slashes by your friends. And as it kind of hits, it's like finishing off a jigsaw puzzle. As one final crack rises from the top of this creature to the bottom. And then it shatters in an explosion. But then instead of hitting the ground and making like ching ching sounds, it just kind of turns into mist. And that strange cold feeling that you guys felt before is gone. And that feeling as if someone was watching you dissipates. Even the lights in the room start to rise a little higher, the right levels.
Vex walks in the room and says, "Woohoo! I'm a badass! Whoa!"
Yeah, good shot. I say sarcastically.
He actually can't believe it. He's looking at the gun and he's looking at his flask and thinking, "Wow, how much did I have to drink today?"
Yeah, by the way, he had 1 health.
That deserves a victory drink.
Yeah, I'm holstering my weapons and knocking the frost off my suit.
And also check to see where the target is. How far away is he?
He is incredibly dead. His corpse has been ripped apart and is now as if like blast back frost kind of from back of his hair. He is dead.
Can I take a picture for identification?
That's his face.
I got an image link on my glasses. I presume.
Yeah, sure.
That, right? Do that so we can show that to the guy who gave us the job, the Johnson.
Alrighty.
Well, another good job, well done.
Okay,
Quite
so
as
you guys.
planned.
No, it isn't. You guys kind of dust yourselves off, leaving the room a little bit wounded. And
I suggest we get the hell out of here. Find the nearest
yeah,
joint.
as you're kind of moving down the spiral staircase exit, someone kind of pokes out their head from one of the rooms, and they kind of look where you guys were, and you didn't go into number 4, did you? That place is haunted.
Don't worry, it's dead.
The guy looks confused as he rubs his head.
Again.
I say, who are you going to call?
Ghostbusters.
Bum bum bada bum.
Okay, so you guys leave the room, heading back to the Eternal Warrior Dojo. You guys get paid your 6k as per expected. And your tales of the ghost intrigue him. Unless you don't want to tell him.
No, we tell him. Or at least I do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, just so you know, the reason that was is because the number 4 is, well, like, basically evil in China. I'm not sure if you guys know. That's why that was. And, yeah, and number 4 is evil. And generally they skip the room number 4.
I know that number 8 is Lucky.
Yeah. So pretty much what happened there is that guy just basically went into that room to hide because he saw it was boarded up. But it happened to also be haunted.
And the ghost did the job for us.
And the ghost did the job for you, which was just a spirit. A frost spirit.
Yeah, I figured nice spirit. Yeah.
Alright, so good job, guys. You're also going to give you guys 5 karma for completing the mission. This can be used, carried onto a new character if you're using a pre-gen, or put to your current character now. Hope you guys enjoyed the session. If there's anything you guys would like to say before we stop.
This was a lot of fun.
Awesome. I got to kill a frost dragon. Neat.
Yeah, man, awesome game as always.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Alrighty, see you guys later on something about tabletop.